Hey guys, it's Spiffyguy and I'm back here with another illuminating gear video. And this time we're going to shed a little light on a new headlamp I have. And that is the Fenix HL60R. Now this is a new device to me, and I've used it quite a bit around the home doing maintenance projects. And I've used it a little bit out in the field as well. And I'm really digging this headlamp. Now some of you who are subscribers may remember I did a hike where I had to night hike into a campsite, and I was using my little Petzl Tika Plus here, and it just wasn't cutting it. So I wanted to get a new headlamp, and I had some criteria that I wanted to meet. The first thing is I wanted it to be brighter than this. Obviously if I couldn't see with this, I needed something a little bit brighter. I also wanted it to be fairly sturdy and waterproof. That was another requirement, something I could wear in the rain and not have to worry about it being splash proof only. The third criteria, and really was important to me, is I wanted to be able to use rechargeable batteries and preferably charge it via USB. Anybody who watches my videos know that pretty much everything I carry with me I can charge via USB, and I carry a large battery bank that I can recharge everything at night in the field. So that was those were my criteria that I needed to fill. And I am not a flashlight guy. I'm not one of those crazy tactical headlamp guys. So I posted up and made a request, and this one came back fairly well. So let's flip the camera around and we'll talk a little bit about some of the features on the Fenix that attracted me to it and things that I like about it. Okay, right off the bat, you can see that this is a lot larger than the Tika Plus. I'll put the weight down below, but it's larger because it uses a different battery set. And this uses two AAA batteries, whereas this uses a single 18650. This is an example battery. It's a large battery, but it's pretty common in some of the higher end headlamps and flashlights. You could also use two of the CR123A batteries. You can double them up, and then they'll basically take the place of one 18650. Like I said, I'm not really much of a tactical flashlight guy, but this is the technology that they like to use for a lot of these. It's got a Cree bulb. It's a neutral light bulb, and it does have two red LEDs, and we'll talk about that once we get to the modes. So it is a bit heavier, and you do need to be careful that you don't knock the bridge of your nose on that plate when you're putting it on. Having the head strap that goes over the top helps up quite a bit. We'll see how annoying that becomes in the winter, but I think it should be all right. It has quite a few different modes on it. First mode is red light, and that's sort of a 1 lumen. And then you go econo at 5 lumens, low at 50 lumens, mid at 150, high at 400, and turbo at 950 lumens. And the website says that you'll get about 48 minutes at high. I have used this, like I said, around the house and out in the woods, and for the most part I run on low or econo, specifically econo inside of a tent. If I'm going out or messing around, I'll go up to low, which is at 50 lumens. And you get 29 hours off of one battery with 50 lumens. And it is rechargeable by just, popping in a micro USB right there. There's only a single switch, and that single switch is right here. And we'll talk about the mode adjustment as we go. The most I've ever done is I've gone up to the medium, working around the house, doing some electrical stuff, had my head in the ceiling or up in the attic, where I really wanted a lot of light. Other than that, the low is pretty good. The low, in my opinion, is a lot better than the high on this one. And I think this one is a 70 lumens. So I'm pretty happy as far as the brightness goes. This is definitely waterproof. It's IPX8 down to 2 meters. So that's definitely going to cover me if I'm going to be in a rainstorm, if for some reason I fall into a creek, that sort of thing. You just unscrew the end to put the battery in, and it tells you the polarity right here, you can see. Now this also has polarity protection, so if you put it in there wrong, it's not going to turn on and it's not going to fry the unit. Okay, so we've talked about that there's just the single button here. If you press the single button once, it's going to flash to tell you how much battery is left. And that's kind of nice because there is no battery indicator. So if it flashes the white light, then you've got pretty much a full charge. If it flashes white and then red, then you're kind of getting into that medium. You're starting to use your charge. And if it flashes just red, that means that your battery is getting low. Now when I purchased mine, I bought a package on Amazon that came with a second battery. So I have a 2300 milliamp hour and a 2600 milliamp hour. I believe that the unit ships with this 2600 milliamp hour. So between these two batteries and my USB charging, I'm definitely not going to have any issues as far as running out of power on this. The headlamp itself adjusts. It's got 160 degree motion, which is really nice. Like if you're talking to somebody, you can drop it down to where you can still see what you're doing, but it doesn't blind you and it doesn't blind them. So that works out rather well. On turbo mode, this thing will blind the heck out of you. I'm hoping to shave a bear at 50 paces if I need to. Drop that into turbo and watch the hair just fall off of them. Okay, they do say that when you're using that turbo setting, you're going to get a throw of about 380 feet, which is about 116 meters. That's a long way. I don't see any problems with night hiking with this thing. So I will insert a video. I shot this a little while ago. My camera is not the best at picking up low light scenarios, so it was a little difficult to get a good accurate reading. But I'll go ahead and insert that night footage right now. Okay, I'm about 10 paces away from my tent, and there's trees in the background to kind of give you an idea. This is the red light. You got really short 1 lumen. So then this is the Econo setting. I don't know if you guys can even pick that up, but you can see this is a nice around camp. This is the next setting, and you really can start to get a little bit more movement on it. You can see the tent now. And all right, so let's go to the next one. And you got a lot more light in the front. You can see the light, or the tent, trees in the background. This has got a really nice kind of flood to it. I'm sure this camera's not picking it up very well. Go to the next mode. There you go. Lots of brightness. Lots of flood. And then you go to the super turbo, and you can really see that we're lighting up the whole world there. And then back to red. So there you go. Alright guys, that's a quick look at the Fenix HL60R. It is definitely a headlamp you wanna check out. It's got some great options with this swivel head, the ability to charge via USB, and the fact that it's got that IPX8 waterproofing on it definitely means that it's going to be rugged and durable and hold up to whatever you throw at it. Some cons on this would be the fact that it is heavy. You may bonk your head on this this head plate here, this forehead plate, so just be careful of that. But its durability of its casing adds to the weight, so it's, you know, it is what it is. Another con for it is expensive. This thing runs about 75 bucks compared to the 40 to 50 that you're going to find in these Petzl backpacker type models. But I definitely think that this is going to outlast the Petzl model as far as durability and you know, functionality on it. The one thing that it is missing is flashing lights. That would be the SOS, that sort of thing. It's not something that I particularly use, but it is a nice feature to have just in case. But the bonus is that you can, you know, just press that button, and if your battery is high enough, you can just continue to press the button and you can at least make some flashing. So there's an option, you know, adapt and overcome. That's the bushcraft saying. So anyway, there you go. Definitely check it out. It's worthwhile, and bring it on your next adventure, because life is an adventure. So go out and have one at night with your Fenix.